kind of the paradigm that we've gone after is the assumption that in a lot of environments, especially highly secure environments, external LLM access is not going to be available. So what that ultimately means is quite a lot of environments are going to host their own LLM services. It will be a fairly considerable infrastructure investment, just because I think we all know kind of the general GPU requirements and VRAM requirements around hosting these smarter and larger models. But we did think it was very important early on. So we do have an Amazon Bedrock backed default instance that can be used. We chose Amazon Bedrock because it's HIPAA compliant, it keeps the data safe, it doesn't log anything. It's really a place where if you need LLM inference in a secure way where data can't be leaked, et cetera, that's a service that Amazon offers. So that's by default what we tie into. Uses a lot of Anthropic backend because those Claude models are very good with coding and computer science in general. However, any LLM that's OpenAI API compatible, and that doesn't just mean OpenAI models like ChatGPT o3 or GPT 4.1 or anything like that. OpenAI API is just a standardized API layer for accessing LLMs that are hosted on Ollama or Llama CPP or however you're hosting your local models. So in the default initial offering, you'll have an option between both. If your policy does not allow for you to use our backend, which again is compliant and secure, then there is an option for you to run them on your own. Because of that, we do rely on general purpose LLMs as opposed to fine-tuned ones. So there may be a point in the future where we have various levels of offerings where we fine-tune some around specific use cases, but in favor of portability, we've gone with some fairly verbose system prompting that explains kind of the functions and backends and how to use some of the intermediate APIs that it has available to in tool calls, which we'll talk about later, in order to get from your intent into the report data on our platform. But we do support both our cloud backend LLM as well as any LLM that is OpenAI API compatible that might be in your environment. So there's no requirement to link your data into any other system if you have the infrastructure to host that yourself.